And we are live, guys. No intro tonight. I'm sorry. I will have a new intro for us here soon. I meant to upload it. This is on me. This is an era operations of JT here. Welcome to the first episode of Talking Tide Hoops, guys. Not talking Bama. We talking Tide Hoops. We got a new face with us on the channel. He's going to be with us for this series. His name is Jeff from Waaaay Offsides. My man, Jeff. How we doing, brother?
Good evening. Roll Tide. Doing great. Thanks for having me on. Can't wait. This is going to be exciting.
We got Cat in the comments.
Cat in the chat.
At you. Yeah, Cat in the chat with the Roll Ties.
See Nick Beasley in the mix.
Yeah, we got Nick in the mix too. Big old Roll Ties from Nick right here. We got Hunter with us as always. And then right next to my man Hunter, we got Domo. You see us on the channel all the time, guys, and you see these two guys tomorrow night for the Bama Blueprint, and they will be breaking down the preview for Alabama's bye week. You can never be too safe. You never be too safe.
Definitely.
Nobody practice, please. Don't need any rolled up ankles.
Definitely.
We don't need nobody hurt.
Need everybody
please.
Please.
So, guys, like I said, this is the startup episode for us right here on Talking Tide Hoops, guys. We are going to be breaking down the Tide Hoops from all angles. This is a fan show by the fans for the fans, guys. So come join us, join in the chats. Let us know what you think as well. And we're going to let you know our thoughts as well, guys. So we're going to kick it off tonight with the first topic, guys. And the first topic, we're going to have to break down Alabama versus North Dakota. And I had to stand up for that for a second because I had to hype it up. Because as you look at North Dakota last year and you look at how they've been recently and how they're trending, Bama should be able to come in this game and do what they need to do and get going. Now, you can't always count your eggs before, they hatch type deal. You got to go in and play the game. So while we get to that, Jeff, what is one player that needs to start this game early for Alabama and needs to set the tone for the Tide?
All right, so I think our tone, the tone of the team is going to start with LeBaron Philon. He is the dude on the team this year. I'm glad Trelley's back. Trelley's going to be great. Kick out open threes, but I think our offense is going to start and stop with Philon's ability to penetrate, to kick out, to hit jump shots. I know he looked good shooting the ball in that exhibition game. He looked much better shooting the ball in that game than he did really all of last year. That was a big weakness of his last year was that he was very inconsistent on his shooting. But I think he's worked. It looks like he's been in the lab this summer. I'm real excited about him. I'm glad that he didn't go in the draft. I was like, why are you going in the draft if you're not going to be picked in the top 10? Why go that early? It makes no sense. So I'm glad he came back. I think his height and his reach out there, guarding out there. I don't know if he's going to play point. I'm not sure how we're going to do the point guard situation, if he's going to run the point. But he's tall, he's long, he can guard. So I really think that he's got to set the tone, being aggressive, playing within the system. But I really think it starts and stops with LeBaron.
Yeah.
I do too. And Jeff, you asked, or you said right, you don't know what we're going to do about the point position. I think you see a lot of two guard out of him. I think you'll see Holloway as well. Being able to come down. Hell, you might see Trelley pull the ball down the court some now, but you don't want that as much because Trelley is a better off the catch shooter, scorer than him coming down and actually being the distributor of it. But I think you see two guard because we have two guards right now that can run point, they can run shoot. And think about this. If Holloway and Philon's in the game at the same time, which will happen, and it will happen a lot. At that point, you're going to have an extra point guard just somewhere floating around that can also shoot and score. That is an excellent problem to have. I wouldn't even say it's a problem. That's an excellent thing to have on your team because now you have the more ball handlers, the better. You know what I'm saying? Now, you don't need everybody handling the ball because that's like saying everybody's going to be the quarterback of the game, But in certain instances, certain games, you do, especially if they run a box and one on somebody like appreciate Herbert Raj coming in, guys. Roll time.
What's up, my guys?
Especially if they run a box and one on somebody. Like we got Philon that's hot right now, and this team's like, hey, we're about to lock Philon down. He will not be the one to beat us. Okay, cool. Get over there in the corner, and then let Holloway run the ball down the court, and then we play 4-on-4. So there's different things the way you look at that. Let me say, I remember the show from last year. Yeah, Herb, you was one of the people on the show last year, man. Miss you, brother. We miss you, man. And
Herb was on like 37 shows last year. Every time I turn on YouTube, Herb was on a show.
Hey, he's famous,
Herb
man.
is on every show. Okay,
there was shows
Herb,
that nothing to do with nothing. There's Herb.
I can see that. Domo.
Herb.
What is something? What's a good Hunter? This one's you right here. What's a good matchup that can make or break this game for Bama right here?
I would honestly, offensively, just you go down, score, try. Honestly, I would say try to get the ball to Phylon or Holloway as much as possible. As I would say I would see Taylor as well, Taylor Bowen as well. Mm-hmm. We need to be able to get offensive, defensive rebounds. That's kind of an issue from last season. So I think we got Taylor, 6'11", if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
6, yeah.
Sherelle as well. Sherelle's going to be our center, I would say, this year.
More than likely.
Well, we do have that 7-footer, too.
Well,
the transfer we got from North Dakota State, right?
Noah Williamson. Yeah. I don't know where he transferred from.
Bucknell,
I think it was Bucknell.
Bucknell,
It could have been, yeah.
So I would say really the biggest thing in this game is offensively, obviously defensively, just able to get rebounds and prevent turnovers as well.
Yeah.
The turnover has been a big issue.
We got to watch out for Herb, man. You see what Herb's doing
and
to
look,
us
it happened against Furman. Furman had multiple turnovers.
It did happen. And that game right there almost got out of hand for a second for us with the turnovers right here. Turnovers is a big thing. So I agree, Hunter.
Hey, Hunter, I want to add to your point because North Dakota, they did have 12 steals versus Minnesota in their exhibition game. So that's something to look at also. So,
that they did. I didn't even know that, Domo. That's a good point.
That's
a great point to look at there. And speaking of that, Domo, does Bama come out fast, or do they take some time to get going early, or how do you see the tide rolling in this game right here with Alabama versus North Dakota?
I think they come out fast. And I think that the biggest thing going into it is Alabama's size. Okay, Alabama has 5 players that are 6'5" to 6'8". Okay, and they also have 5 more players that are 6'10" to 7 foot. So that's one thing that
that's
Alabama
10 out of 13.
Can really come out and take advantage of. And we also have 2 more players that are 6'3" to 6'4". So especially our guards. North Dakota's guards aren't really that big. Alabama's guards, they're big, physical, and they can get downhill and make plays. So I look for Bama to come out and start fast and just get it over with very, very quick.
Yeah.
I think so.
That's Nate's deal, though. You got 10 seconds to get a shot up, or you're coming out the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're built for quick shots, drive, kick outs, layups and threes. Man, drive it and kick out. They're not gonna kick ball around much. Sears was guilty of that. Was dribbling around for 12 or 13 or 14 seconds.
He wants a shot.
Really no plan,
and he prevented multiple turnovers too.
Yeah.
And one thing Nate has said about that, because I myself, as a diehard basketball fan and player here too, I've always wondered, from his mindset of a basketball coach, I'm like, where is he coming from that? I want to know what's your why. And then I heard him say it, and it makes sense too. And this probably isn't the only why, but it's probably just the generic way for people to understand what he's trying to get by here. When we go down and we waste 30 seconds on getting a play together, right, and score, and we don't, okay? And at the end of the game, when you look at it and you lose by 2 points and you wish you had one more possession, one more shot, but if you'd have shot the ball 15 seconds before that, you would have had that time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or you could have had more time to manage to see how many more points you need to score. So, he's basically saying we need to be quick fire so then we know how many points we need at the end. And then you can start crunching things better. I think it helps the coach in this game too, without just having the scoreboard watch the whole game. We're up by 10. All right, we're good. Or, okay. No, we need to keep shooting. We need to keep scoring because we never know when we're going to need this time. You go for 2 when you're down, you score a touchdown in the fourth quarter. There's 10 minutes left. You go for 2 now. You don't wait to go for 2 later because you might need to make those 2 points up if you don't get it now. That's why I think essentially the same thing with this. They're trying to score and get more possessions in a game for more opportunities to score. And I think that's the generic way for everybody to understand. When I heard him say that, I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So before we move on, is there anything else you guys want to add with Alabama, North Dakota?
No, if we handle our business, this shouldn't even be close. We should run their ass out of the gym pretty quick.
Control the pace,
fart around,
push the tempo,
and turn the ball over, and act like if we get out there and act like we're just going to win by showing up, it's going to be ugly early until some things get going. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I don't know. I just I hope this team is focused and.
Yeah, I'm with Jeff.
Regardless of opponent.
100% with you, bro. I hope the team is focused, regardless of the opponent. And I do think they get up for this game 1 right here also. And then we got a we'll talk about this probably next week. We got a gauntlet of a non-conference schedule coming up. St. John, Illinois, Purdue.
Those games, they come back to back to back.
I know.
Well, Nate, Nate does this for a reason.
Oh, yes. It's a good measuring stick for where you're going to be in the SEC this year, too. So, it's a really
play
good
those tough games. You can't play weak sauce and then get in a grind of the SEC and then the tournament. When you're already ground up, by the time the tournament gets here, we played 18 SEC games, man. We barely got any juice in the tank. And you got to win 6 more games after that.
I mean, and you can also say this, that Alabama might have the toughest non-conference schedule in the country, because
I agree with that.
That is a tough St. John's, Purdue, Illinois.
But that's good. You get punched in the mouth early, and you find out where you're at. You know what I'm saying? You get punched in the mouth early, and you find out where you're at. I think it's a mirror image of Alabama football this year. Punched in the mouth early, find out where you're at and what you about, and you bounce back.
That's what
I don't think that. Yeah, and I don't think that's going to necessarily be basketball for us this year. We do have some new faces and new places. Yeah. But the talent's there. The coaching staff's still there. All that's still there. So while we move and shift here, let's talk bigger picture. What are realistic expectations for the Tide right here, guys? And I'm going to let Jeff go last on this one, because I'm going to put some of the heavyweight on Jeff on this one right here, because I want to hear what he says. Hunter's going to kick us off here. What is the biggest strength of this team?
Biggest strength? Shooting. I would say.
Okay.
I would say
I can agree.
I mean, we got what? Holloway, Phylon, Reitzel. I mean,
Holloway was one of the best shooters on the team last year.
You can't play for Nate Oats if you can't shoot.
Yeah, if you can't shoot.
He's not going to waste time if you can't shoot.
Bingo.
That's why Youngblood was so good last year.
Yeah, Youngblood was on point.
Youngblood, like going with what you was just saying a second ago, Jeff, about Sears. Get there, cut it out real quick, and shoot. That was perfect for Youngblood. But I would say our biggest strength is
big time.
Honestly, shooting. So that's
definitely shooting. And I think that with shooting, you can look at the guards we have. We talked about this before we came on air. We're a guard heavy team this year, more than likely. We have some guys that, we have a 7-footer. We got some 6'10", 6'11" guys. I'm not saying we don't have a big guy or two. We do. And who's to know that things could change and we could be like, hey, we thought we didn't have a big guy. We actually got a banger down there. That could happen. Yeah. But looking at it right now and what we see, Holloway, Phylon, Trelly, Amari Allens is a freshman, true freshman, that I think is going to be a hoss for us this year. And you'll see him play in some different spots, probably, honestly, depending on what this team, because we have so many guards, you could probably see him push to the 3 and 4 spot. Just depends the lineups, because Nate's runs small. He runs small lineups at times. And where people are like, the tallest guy on the court, 6'6", 6'8". Like, that happens at times with Nate because it's a shooting team.
Like 4 shooters on the floor.
So Hunter, that's a perfect example of what you said right there. What's the biggest strength of this team? Shooting. Definitely shooting. Domo, what's one thing that could hold us back this year for the Tide?
Shooting.
That, and I'm gonna say this. I think that one thing that could hold Bama back is we know Phylon and Holloway. We know what they're gonna do. But I think the one thing that can really hold Bama back is if the guys around them don't pick up, they don't pick up their weight, their slack. If you're going into every game and you're just depending on, these two right here, you're not going to win like that in the SEC. Okay. And it's not going to be a great season for you at all. So I feel like in order for Alabama to really be successful, this season, it's going to be more of the guys around them, than just like depending on those two every game. Because I mean, you have guys that can score other than those two, right? You got Trell who can shoot. Okay, you mentioned Amari Allen. He was scoring 34 points per game his senior year. But before he came to Alabama, so he's a guy that can come off the bench and give you whatever he needs to give you. You also have Bristow, how you say it? Bristow Keaton?
Bristow.
Yeah, he can come out the bench.
Bristow, Keaton, and how you say it?
Yeah, Keaton. And then you have Taylor Bowen. So you have options that can pick up the slack.
Aiden Sherrill is another name that people better get used to.
Yeah,
just going to say
another name.
Options. So I think it's just going to depend on if everybody around them can pitch in and help carry it forward.
And I don't know if y'all been at Bama football games recently. You see Aiden. I've seen him walk around a lot.
Yeah,
this man is huge.
Yeah,
I'm talking about like foots above crowds when he's walking in crowds. You just see him above everybody.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Noah Wilson his 3% was like 30%, just as a center. So he can also.
I need to go look at. I didn't look at the final 3-point percent for the team last year or Holloway's individual. I'm going to pull that stat up for next week. I'm going to talk about it next week, but I do want to talk about some more into like Phylon and Holloway because those I think are the two pushers. Those two go good, everybody else goes. I think. And I think that if those two don't get going, that's where we're going to have to find our identity in some new guys, as in Allen. Aiden could be a scorer for us. We could Mallet. We're going to talk about him in a minute as well, guys. So there's some things here for the Tide. I think we're plenty. And actually, I'm not even going to say it because it's going to lead me right to Jeff's question right here. Jeff, are we talking SEC champs? ? Are we talking Final Four ? Or are we talking national champs ? Where are we at right now? Do you think? Obviously, it's preseason. We can't say we're going to be the national champs, but do we have a roster that could potentially make a run for that?
Absolutely. If the injury gods don't strike, I'm sure we're going to get players going to get hurt. It's a long season. Guys are going to get banged up. But if we can avoid the season ender with some of these guys, we've got the depth. Like Domo said earlier, there's 5 guys 6'10" or taller, 5 more guys 6'8" or taller. I mean, we've got depth. We've got height down low on the block when needed. Even if Noah Williamson can just give us something, I mean, you look at Zach Edey. He didn't look like the most dominant player, but he averaged, 25 and 15. I'm not saying that's what Noah's going to get you, but if he can average you 7 points and 4-5 rebounds, maybe 2 blocks, if he can just alter shots down there, even if he doesn't get technically a block, if he can just alter the shot. Grant Nelson was pretty good at that last year. Even if he didn't get blocks when he wasn't fouling the guy, he at least alter the shot.
Yes.
Make you have to change direction or think twice about going there. Okay, I got to pull it back out and reset or something. I mean, I think he can provide that, being 7 feet tall with a long wingspan. And the fact he can shoot certainly helps.
I'm sorry. No.
I think we're primed. I think the SEC is an an attainable goal.
Yeah.
And then this team is built. And listen, Nate, you can see how Nate's constructing his roster. Okay, if you're not going to win 6 games in the tournament unless you've got elite guard play, you've got to have consistent, solid, elite guard play. And we've got 6. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 guards on the roster right now.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep at guard. There's a plan here. And he's seen the construction of a championship roster. His mentor up in UConn did. And so you can see this construction, how Nate's attacking this. And I think that this is a team that really has a shot. I mean, we've got everything we need. They just got to put it together.
And putting it together, like you said, injury bug gonna have to stay away. We need a little bit of luck. I say winning championships need a tad bit of luck, and that's where the luck I think we need.
Yes.
Keep the dings away, especially the February and March ones. Like those are like the daggers almost. Like it's like, dang, we need this guy right now for the tournament, and then now we don't have the guy for the tournament that got us to the tournament. So.
And I think Reed's injury last year was a big reason that we lost him this year because he just never got a groove, found a settled in, and then by the time he came back, he only missed 2/3 of the season. By the time he came back, we'd already had a rotation going and already kind of had a thing going and trying to plug him in there, and I felt bad for him. I thought that injury really derailed what he could have
totally not Bama, totally not basketball, but it just happened. I gotta say it. LSU is parting ways with their athletic director right now as well.
You could pretty much guess that.
But I saw that coming when the governor came out the other day and said he's not hiring anybody because he hired Jimbo Fisher.
So you mean to tell me that LSU was cleaning house like a week before they come to Bama? Hey.
Because then they can say this, Domo. Then they can say this. Oh well, when we lost, it's because we didn't have our coach and we were rebuilding. So that's the only reason y'all beat us.
They shit canned him now.
They're the same fan base that was begging for Brian Kelly to leave.
This is my favorite line ever. LSU is burning.
They are.
Their only chance to beat us was by canning everybody. There's no way they were going to come in and beat us with Brian Kelly and the way that team. The locker room was.
So, guys, right there to button that up right there, expectations for the Tide, guys. Jeff laid it out perfectly.
Final four or bust.
Yeah,
if we don't get the Final Four, this season's been not a dud, but it's been a disappointment if we don't get.
If we don't get Elite Eight, I say dud.
I would say Elite Eight has been kind of normal for Nate.
That's the standard.
Domo, but before though we'd only been there one time in program history, so that's why I'm gonna say I'll take another at least Elite Eight run because then we get some wins. I don't want to be one of them one and dones in the I just stay away from that in my opinion. And then everybody's like, get the number 1 seed, and the number 1 seed always loses. So up until last year, the seeds last year, the top seeds were actually playing good last year. They got tired of that narrative.
That San Diego State loss still kills me on the Brandon Miller team. I didn't sleep for weeks after that.
In the Natty and get burnt out in the Natty. They did go on a good run though. I'll give them that because they did have a good run.
That team, that Brandon Miller team, should have ran
that
squad out.
Nice.
You see what I'm rocking, baby.
I mean, of all nights for Brandon Miller to play the worst game of his life.
I know,
man. He was like one of those generational players that.
Oh yes, dude.
That you see every few years.
That was.
Compare a Bama football player to a Bama basketball player, and that is Bryce Young, in my opinion. Yeah. Brandon Miller is like a Bryce Young for the basketball life because he could do things with him with lesser talent around him because he was so good.
Yeah.
And he developed the talent around him. Like he upped their talent. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Brandon Miller was, and also a quietly dominant man. You're not going to hear him out there chirping the whole game. He's going to let his chirping be when he's draining threes and yamming on you. That's his chirp.
And JP, you can tell it wasn't a fluke because he's doing the same thing in the NBA now too.
Oh, the Hornets,
yeah.
Those loser Hornet fans don't deserve him. They booed him draft pick on draft nights. They don't deserve him.
And LaMelo,
and now they got Sexton too.
I know. I think that's a good squad this year. We can get on NBA later, but I think that's actually a good squad this year. And I was going to talk about that Melo stays healthy because, in my opinion, how Charlotte goes is from Melo. And if he stays healthy, that right there is going to get all the twisted Knicks. Yes, and they are young too. Yeah. So, and then don't they? They have another guy too. Who am I thinking of?
They got Con Knibble from Duke.
Bangs. Is it? No, not Bangs. Bangs plays on Memphis. God, I can't think of the other dude's
name. Bridges?
I can't think of his name right now.
Miles Bridges?
Miles Bridges. There we go. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name. My brain's like blah, blah. So anyways, guys, we're going to move to our last topic tonight before I go mush brain. Houston Mallet season loaded. What does that mean, guys? We talked about Holloway. We talked about Fallon all night. So you're like, what is this guy? This was a transfer that Alabama got. Was it 2 years ago now, Jeff? I think it's coming up on 2 years now.
This will be his second year with the team this year.
Yeah. So last year played with us, had some spotty moments, came in different times, battled some injuries too, got healthy. He is a lethal shooter. Lethal shooter here.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is great. Is he now? Is he? I'm gonna let everybody kind of break their own thing down here, and Jeff can start right after this. Is he starter great, or is he super six man great? And but when I say super six man, people are like, so he's a bench. He's coming off the bench. You got to have a strong bench to win championships.
Oh yeah.
You don't win championships off just one starter that's just really great. Like that does not happen, especially today in the world of NIL. Like there's players on every team. So
I thought that was a big reason Holloway. Yeah, I thought it was a big reason Holloway played so well last year was being that running that second unit.
Not so much pressure on him too.
Yeah.
Hey, you're coming off the bench, big dog. Go anything you do is a blessing. Like you know what I'm saying? Like versus when you're a starter, they expect you to score 20. And if you score 19, it's like, well, why didn't you score 20? But you come off the bench and score 19, it's like, well, he came off the bench and scored 19.
Bingo.
Like, you see, so Jeff, I'm with you 1,000% with that. The super six man part, I wasn't saying it as a knock. I'm saying it like that's a good thing. You need that. So Jeff, what do you think right here? And honestly, Jeff was one that brought this topic to us right here, and I actually like this. This is a great topping point right here. If you guys are watching us, leave us some comments. If you don't know who Houston Mallet is, go look them up real quick and then come back. Jeff, what do you think about him this year?
I think he's going to be coming off the bench. I think Trelly will start in that 2 slot. We're deep at guard. I think he's a perfect shooter coming in, in that second unit to be that kick out guy for shots in that second unit as well. So that's where I think he's going to be. Now, like I said, I don't know what Nate's thinking with the starting lineups. I don't know which direction he's going, but that's where my gut tells me he's going to fit in.
That makes a lot of sense too, and I can see that. And I think he'll be a situational / feature role. There'll be some times where he's situational, but then there might be some nights where he's featured more. And obviously, when you're featured more, if you come out and show out, you get a little bit more.
Yeah,
you get a little bit more.
Shots falling, Nate's going to roll with it.
Yeah, it's a hot hand, baby, hot hand. And I've seen him roll with that in games too, where hot-handed guys get more PT than some other guys. And if y'all don't remember, Nate Oats benched Mark Sears last year because of some stuff that happened. So I mean, where people, so like, and I love that about Nate Oats. That you're telling me you'll bench the number one guy on the team that makes our whole engine go. Okay, that tells you that coach is not playing. So you need to pay attention. All right. And as Nate Oats creeps over Domo's shoulder right there, Domo, let us know what you think about Houston Mallet. And then ask Nate right behind you how he's going to fit in with his role this year.
Yeah.
How you feeling, brother?
I think, Nate Oats loves him for one. He did say he's very smart. He can shoot the ball very well. He's not missing that many shots at all. He's not selfish. He's watching film. He's getting back healthy. I mean, I could see him coming off the bench. Okay, he had 14 points against Florida State. I think he had like 9 or 10 against Furman in those exhibition games right there. So that's like bench player numbers. Okay, you can take a guy giving you 14 points, 10 points off the bench. I can see him. I can see him coming off the bench with him and Amari Allen, and those two carrying that bench unit. So why not, put him on that second unit and just, when you put him in there and you got one job, bro, put the ball in the net. That's literally all, and play defense. Other than that, but I can see him being a guy coming off the bench for sure.
I like that too, and I think he'll be a good guy off the bench. If he does, I think if he starts in situational nights, that he'll be good for whatever Nate is trying to use him as well. Also, sometimes you don't know what you got under the hood until you get out and test it out. So, I mean, I want to see him get out in a Tide uniform in some meaningful minutes and get out there and play. And let's see what he's like. I mean, he's got good size to him, too. He's a little lanky, but he's got good length when I say size. So, I mean, lethal shooter and be able to – I want to see him on the defensive side of the ball because I think that length adds a huge part for him as a guard in this offense because every basketball coach will tell you this. Ask them, how do you get great offense? They're going to say better defense. Because the key to the best offense in basketball is great defense because great defense turn turnovers into fast break opportunity points or create stops, get the rebound, kick out, push down. You know, like great defenses, and you don't see it as much in college as you do in like high school teams and certain things that when they trap. And you'll see a team in that point too panic. Panic's a big thing in basketball. You cannot panic in basketball. Like you cannot. So, Hunter, Houston Mallet season loading right here. Wrap us up on this topic. How do you feel about him coming into the year right now, and what's your expectations on him?
Well, I'll see he's coming off the bench. I would say that. Okay. He's a sixth man. Like we all said, an elite shooter, 3-point shooter. If you look at his stats, what was the school that he transferred from? I know it was some weird school.
But I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Hold on, keep talking. I'll tell you.
I just looked it up too.
I literally can't remember off the top of my head now.
I really can't.
But either way, I mean, if you look at his stats from just those seasons, and then I know he played just like 6 games before his injury last year.
Mallet, yes.
I mean, he had 50% 3-point already?
Yes.
I mean, elite. And he had prevented multiple turnovers as well. So he's got a very good defense. I know he had over 20-something prevented like 20 steals in each of his seasons. But I would say like he's a very good player to come off the bench, especially if, let's say, like Holloway's not having a good game. Just go ahead and get Holloway out, put him in. I mean, I would say right now with him coming back our offense will be very, very explosive. So, I mean, it's a very good thing that he's coming back this season. So, I'll be prepared to see him have a very good season this season for sure.
Agreed. If he can get 10 to 14 points off the bench, that's
he transferred from Pepperdine.
Okay, I wanted you to say it. I wanted you to say it because I was sitting here. I'm like, Pepperdine.
How much?
Make sure I'm saying this right. Pepperdine.
I've heard of the school before, so
that's why I didn't remember off the top of my head because when it happened, I was like, "Where?" I was like, "I don't even know what that is." But hey, I mean,
they've got some famous NBA alumni. Pepperdine.
Yeah,
they've had a few guys.
I didn't know that. And in basketball, you can get.
I mean, he's averaged
Butler University, and they be top 10 team. You know what I'm saying? Like Wichita State. The year we all know what happened with the Wichita States. You go to one of the literally the best shooter of all time. Seth Curry went to Davidson. I was in high school when that run was going on, and I remember watching that run and being like, "Man, this is elite. Like this is why March Madness is so good. You see these little teams come in and just bomb North Carolina.
What was his name?
Or a big time school like that, man.
What was that? Who was it? Was it North Carolina? They upset in 23. That white boy did not miss a 3 at all. What school was that?
You talking about?
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Creighton.
Not Creighton. No, I know you're talking about though.
I said Creighton. Yeah,
the dude looked like he was like 28.
Dude, he looked old.
Yeah, I can't remember what school, but I know who you're talking about. They won a couple games. He went crazy.
March Madness.
Oh no! It was St. Peter's. Is it St. Peter's?
No,
that didn't
they were against
right.
North Carolina, right? I think was it North Carolina? Did they beat?
Was it?
In the first time, I'm about to look it up.
We'll have to look it up for next show. But
I know it was like some kind of like
Brown. I look that one up for the next show. I can't remember.
But I can see it on my TV in my head. I can see it.
I can see him right now.
Yeah, he went 3-pointer crazy.
Yes, and I can't think of his name, bro. Why can't I think of his name?
That'll bother me. I have to look that up.
We're gonna find it out. We're gonna come back to that one. But that's a good way to look at that too. I think to button this up, guys. He's a great shooter. Lethal shooter. It will be a situational probably thing more than likely, but it will be good for the Tide guys. And that'll kind of wrap us up for tonight, guys. Before we get going, though, I'm gonna let everybody shout out what they got going on where they're at, where you can find them at, guys. And Jeff actually has a whole nother show they're about to do, Jeff. So let the people know where they can find you at.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all can find me at Waaaay Offsides. We roll at 8:00 Central on Thursday nights here in about 25 minutes. Myself, Cotton, Bill sometimes, Chris sometimes, but we do live shows on Thursday nights, 8:00, and then we do live post-game shows just about time the game ends. A lot of people,
awesome.
Thank you, JT, man. A lot of people have a lot on their mind when those games are fresh ending. The Florida State loss, we had some crazy emotion
and
for
Jeff,
that one. But
something we're going to do here. Certain games, I'm going to talk with you guys about us doing some post games for the Tide Hoops.
Yeah,
and I want us to do a couple post games for some Tide Hoops.
I'm down for that.
That'll
Absolutely
be good as well. So that was going.
Yes,
I will shout that
Cat's
out
right. Home of the unhinged Chads. Very unhinged there. You never know what you're going to get. We try to talk about recruiting and football, basketball, all Bama stuff, nation stuff, but we go off in all directions. The chat really kind of dictates kind of how the show goes. So Thursday nights, 8:00, YouTube, Waaaay Offsides. That's 4 A's.
4 A's. That's how I know that every time when I spell it. I just count. I go 1, 2, 3, 4. I always do it that way.
I had Skip Bayless read that in an email once.
And Kat is in every single show across.
Yes, we love
all
Kat.
of us.
Yeah, Kat,
all of us love you, Kat.
Love all you in the chat. Herb too. All you.
Everybody in the chat. Yes, everybody in the chat. Kat is just literally on everybody's single show that I go to, and I appreciate that, Kat, so much. You're loyal and awesome and a huge Tide fan. Domo, let the people know what you got going on, man. And I know you and Hunter got a show tomorrow night.
Yeah, man. Come join us tomorrow night, the Bama Blueprint, me and my guy. We will be introducing a third. We're not going to tell y'all who.
I forgot.
Tomorrow night, I got to see. But it's going to be a great time. You can find me here Thursday nights, talking hoops, Friday nights, the Bama Blueprint. Sunday night, talking Bama. As I always say, with some of the best Alabama sports voices you will hear. But you guys can find me on TikTok at Domo Reacts, DOMO_Reacts for sure.
Yeah, I love it, Hunter. Tomorrow night, y'all got a show. Y'all introducing a new co-host with you guys. Well, I wouldn't say co-host. Y'all are the host, and then he'll be like a panel type role. Yeah. But either way, ordering somebody. I said ordering like you just ordered off T-Mobile. Got somebody new coming on the show. And you got tomorrow night show, man. Bye week. Let the people know, man, what you got going on, where they can find you at, brother.
You can obviously find us here, Roll Tide Nation, Bama Blueprint, Talking Tide Hoops. You can find me on TikTok, Hunter the Bama fan, biggest troll on TikTok. We all know this. But
yeah, they are both probably the biggest trolls on TikTok with these two for Bama right here. These two are huge
especially
trolls.
If you're a Big Ten fan or a Georgia fan.
Mid-10. Don't say Big Ten. They're mid-10. Don't ever say Big Ten.
Small 10.
Mid-pack, baby. But yeah, so Hunter, that's awesome, man. Bama Blueprint tomorrow night, guys. Make sure you are here. It is 7:30 p.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Convert that to wherever you are if you're not either one of those.
Flip that.
Yeah, I'm about to say convert it if you're Mountain West. I don't know. Wherever you are, convert that to where you are.
Wait, is it 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern?
Oh, yeah, I said that wrong. Oh,
yeah, that's what I said. Flip that.
Whoa. Flip that. Yes. Yeah, okay, good job. I should let y'all do that. I should just let y'all do that. I won't be running the 1 and 2s tomorrow, Hunter. You will. I'm going to set that up for you guys. I got to go trick-or-treating with the kiddos. I forgot about trick-or-treating, and we got to go trick-or-treating.
I'll be doing that tomorrow night with my kids.
Domo won the win. Yes.
Kat, we actually talked about that before we went live on there.
Wait, what was the comment?
Right here. Hold on.
Talking about Domo's video of those South Carolina fans leaving and that old man.
I seen someone took Domo's video on Twitter.
They did, bro. A lot of people, when you have a viral video,
I
have learned this. You get online and see somebody else has posted it, and it happens, man. My reaction videos, dude, they end up everywhere. I mean, sorority girls were posting them last week, literally.
I was like, dude, if you go check his video, don't have his TikTok in the video.
Yeah, but man, I thank everybody for that, bro. It was just a heat of the moment video, bro. And it just so happened to, So
hey,
Mr. Joe, JB has been on his network lately. He has a lot of things going on with Alabama State right now. He's been actually working in their department and doing a lot of stuff. So JB's just been really busy, Mr. Joe. That's why he hasn't been on.
Shout out JB.
But shout out JB. Yes, shout out JB for that. But all right, guys, we're gonna head out tonight. Y'all have a good night. And again, won't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Give me Bama by 55.
Rolling.
And give me Alabama.
Damn Tide.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, guys.
Tide, man.